Alright, for my Song Exploder assignment, I decided to do the song Cosmic Space Girl by the Brummies, because I just love the Brummies. Their music is awesome, and this song came out just last night, but I was very excited about it, and I really wanted to wait and use this one for my assignment. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna like play parts of the song and I'll talk about like the musical elements that I noticed as I was listening to it, and then I'll talk about the effects that those musical elements have on like the overall mood and like the feeling of the song. So I'll just start right at the beginning. Okay, so that was just the first 20 seconds. So the first thing that I noticed is the guitar part, which that's the very first thing you hear, and it that same little part repeats like continuously throughout the song. And then also the bass comes in at that part. And then the other thing I noticed is that on the words Apollo and the word follow, there's kind of an echo after those words, which I will talk about later. Yeah. Okay, so then we'll keep playing for a little bit. There's a new moon rising, and it's filling our eyes up with love. Okay, so that's when the drums come in, and the drums also continue throughout the song, just like the guitar. Yeah, okay, I think we'll go to the chorus now, which is a little bit further. Okay. Okay, so that was not the whole chorus, that was most of it. But let's see. Oh, so the guitar part, like I mentioned before, continues throughout the song, and it's still there in the chorus. I found it a little harder to notice, but then I just listened to it louder, and then I could hear it again. So the guitar part is still there, and then also there's a new thing that's like kind of a higher like pitch than the guitar, and that is a keyboard. So I thought that was cool to have both of those and a new element. So next we'll go to we'll finish the chorus. Okay, and another thing that I noticed here in the chorus is that on Girl, there's another echo, like how there was in the first verse. But this echo is a lot more prominent, and if you're listening with like headphones, it kind of goes like, it like switches from one ear to another, which is kind of cool, and that will contribute to something that I will talk about later. So there's that, and now we're going to go to a little bit later. So now that you kind of like, you get a feel for the song, and then this next part, I'll talk about it. Okay, so that I wrote in my notes, I put the timestamp and I just wrote big change. because it is. I guess this would be considered like the bridge of the song, and what it is the bass and the keyboard are playing the same thing at the same time. And so I feel like this is kind of, because there's verse, chorus, and then this little bridge, and then chorus, and then the song ends. And so I feel like this part is kind of like transitioning from like the song that you've been hearing to the ending, which I will talk about. But there's that. That's just something I noticed. And then one more thing before I get into more of like an analysis right here. Okay, so that happened twice. I described it as kind of screechy, and it's just the guitar playing in the background at 2:16 and at 2:23 in the song. So I wrote kind of screechy. But what it is just the guitar with like an effect on it, so it has that screechy kind of sound. Yeah, and I think that also contributes to like the spaciness of the song. Is just, it sounds kind of weird, but like weird in a good way. Okay, so next we'll play the end. Actually, no, we'll talk about the echoes. So I mentioned that the words echo and then girl in the chorus also has an echo, and the effect that I feel that has on the song is it gives it this otherworldly kind of floaty feeling, which also is reinforced by the words in the chorus, which says we'll float away. And then the song as a whole just kind of feels like you're floating away. And additionally, I mentioned the guitar part a few times that repeats, and I feel like the whole song, it gives it a cyclical kind of rhythm, like it's all these like cycles that just keep repeating and repeating, and that also contributes to that kind of otherworldly. I also use the word untethered, like I feel like it's just like kind of like slowly like spinning, like you're just like not really attached to anything, you're just like kind of floating out in space. Yeah, okay, now I think we'll go to the ending. Yes, we'll play the ending. Ooh. Okay, so that, it does the chorus, and then everything kind of cuts out except for the guitar and the drums. And then those also cut out, and it's just the voice like going like oh ooh from the chorus, and it sounds kind of like staticky, like you're listening to it through a radio, which also is like kind of spacey, astronaut kind of. And then at the very end, I loved how the song finishes, because it's like a subtle fade out, but at the same time it's very fast, because the first time I listened to it I was like, oh, it doesn't even fade, but it does. Because then I listened to it closer, and it's like the last 4 seconds it just fades and then ends, and to me I pictured it kind of like an old cartoon or something, like where the black screen just like comes in and it ends with like a circle, and then it's just all black. And so I felt like how that ending comes is, oh, first of all, it creates kind of a drifty feeling, like when everything is cut out except the voices. It's kind of like you're further away, like you can't hear it because you're getting further away from Earth or whatever. And then also I just felt like how it fades out, it feels like in the chorus the words are, we'll float away, just you and I, we'll find our place up in the sky. And that fade out at the ending, it feels like they did it, like it feels like the singer and his cosmic space girl, they're on their way, like they're floating, they're looking for that place up in the sky. Yeah,